Hi, welcome to Grilling and Gambling with Greg. I'm Greg Renick, grilling enthusiast, thoroughbred racehorse owner, and sometimes handicapper. Today is a beautiful Sunday over Veterans Day weekend. I want to thank all the veterans out there for their service and their sacrifice. Without that service and sacrifice, life in America wouldn't be what it is. So thank you, veterans. So today we're going to be doing some handicapping for tomorrow's races at Del Mar, and we're also going to be grilling a standing rib roast. We got about a 7-pound roast, 3 bones, and we've gone ahead and inserted some small cuts into the meat so that we can put in some slices of garlic to give it a little flavor. In addition to the garlic, we're going to be using sea salt, pepper, thyme, and olive oil. We've seasoned the roast and we placed it in an aluminum tray on a rack so that we can capture all the juices and drippings for our au jus. We're ready to put the roast on the grill. We're going to be grilling it with indirect heat at 325 for about 3.5 hours until it gets to about 145 or 150. So we're going to put the roast on the grill. Okay, the rib roast is progressing nicely. It's about 140 degrees right now. I just tested it with a instant read thermometer, so it's getting there and it should be ready to take off the grill in a little while. In the meantime, while it's been cooking, I've been looking at the races from Del Mar for tomorrow, and I've come up with three bets, and that'll be the 50-cent early pick 5 on races 1 through 5, the late pick 5, 50 cents, races 4 through 8, and the late pick 4, races 5 through 8. That's also a 50-cent bet. While the rib roast is resting, we're going to start in on our au jus. We're going to use a recipe from All Recipes, and that's going to include a cup of the fat from the rib roast, a tablespoon and a half of all-purpose flour, and 2 cups of beef broth. So the fat flour mixture has been cooking for 3 minutes. I just added the beef broth, and I'm going to turn up the temperature a bit to about high and let it come to a boil and thicken some more. Okay, we're ready to cut the standing rib roast now, and you should be ready for dinner in a few minutes. So we're having potatoes au gratin and salad with the prime rib.
Phenomenal, really tasty.
Very delicious, absolutely delicious.
Better than you expected?
Better than I expected, just right, very tasty and tender.
Well, now that dinner's over, it's time to go the handicap. Our first bet tomorrow is going to be the 50-cent early pick 5 at Del Mar. That's races 1 through 5. We're going to take a $8 combination. We're going to start out in the first race with number 5, Stay Thirsty Amigo, and number 6, Midnight Miracle. Stay Thirsty Amigo comes into the race off a win against $40,000 maiden claimers. He has Ruben Fuentes aboard for Edward Freeman. He's been improving and should have early speed in the race. Midnight Miracle has Gary Stevens for Bob Hess Jr. He's won 2 of his 4 races and was disqualified in another. I like him because he's a multiple winner in a race that's few of the horses have won multiple races. He figures to lay just off the pace and have first run at the speed in the race.
Okay.
Okay, the second race of our early 50-cent pick 5 is the Desi Arnaz Stakes. It's a $100,000 race for 2-year-old fillies at 7 furlongs. I'm going to single number 4, Chasing Yesterday. She's a half-sister to Triple Crown winner American Pharoah, trained by Bob Baffert. Drayden Van Dyke's going to be riding her. She's won 2 of her 3 races, including her breaking her maiden at 5.5 furlongs at Del Mar. The only blemish on her record is an off-the-board finish in the Grade 1 Spinaway Stakes at Saratoga this fall, but she looks ready to run. She has good workouts and a nice, comfortable post. Race 3 in our early pick 5 is a 1-mile turf race for $40,000 claimers. I like 2 horses in here. Number 2, Flip the Coin Jan. She's won at the distance here at Del Mar. She's also won 4 races in 12 starts. Again, I like horses that win races. My other horse in this race is number 7, Buckstopper Kit, with jockey Kent DeSormo in the irons for Marty Jones. She comes into the race adding blinkers. She has 2 wins, including a victory at Del Mar over the turf course. Okay, in race 4, I like 2 horses. Number 1, Gialula. This is a maiden $20,000 claiming race. She always seems to be there. She's hit the board 5 times in 10 starts. She gets Tiago Pereira and should be up on the pace early. The other horse I like is number 6, Desired Edge, with jockey Evan Roman for trainer Adam Kitchenman. He was claimed last time out of a maiden $20,000 race off of Jeff Mullins. Prior to that, she'd run against better competition, straight maiden Calbreds, and a maiden $50,000 Calbred race in which she finished a close 3rd. All right, the 5th race, a mile race on the turf for maiden special weights, concludes the early pick 5. I like 2 horses in here. Number 3, Selwood. He's had 2 races over the turf at Del Mar, finished 2nd both time. Has Mike Smith in the irons today for Jeff Mullins. He should get a comfortable trip just off the leaders. I also like number 8, Cupid's Claws, for Brian Corner. Gets Joe Talamo in the saddle. She's got a 2nd and a 3rd in 2 starts and could break her maiden today. So we'll have a $8 pick 5 to start off the day. Our second bet is going to be on races 4 through 8, the late pick 5. It's a 50-cent bet. We're going to start out with Gialula and Desert Edge. I've already explained why I like them. The 5th race, we're going to single Cupid's Claws. And then when we get to the 6th race, we're going to have 2 horses. That's a 1 mile, $10,000 claiming race on the main track. We're going to take number 2 Pioneer of the West. He's got Joe Talamo aboard for Vladimir Serin. He has 3 wins, 3 seconds, and a third in 24 starts. He's got a win over the track. He should do well here. He's dropping from 12,500 claiming race to 10,000. I also like number 8 Point Piper. He's got apprentice Humberto Figueroa for trainer Jerry Hollendorfer. He's dropping away in class from $32,000 claiming down to this $10,000 level. He's got 5 career wins, 10 seconds and 5 thirds. This should be the softest field he's ever faced in a long time. In the 7th race, I like 2 horses. This is a 1 mile turf race, optional claiming allowance race. I like number 4, R Silver Oak. He's been improving every race for Bill Morey. He's coming off a layoff, making his turf debut. He's sired by unusual heat, so the turf shouldn't be a problem. The other horse I like in this race is number 6, 7 Cents. He's trained by Craig Lewis. Giovanni Franco is in the irons. He's making his turf debut also. But what I like about him is he's been competitive in restricted stake races, and he's dropping into an allowance optional claiming race. The 8th race wraps up the late pick 5. It's a 6 furlong race on the main track for $32,000 maiden claimers. I like 2 horses in here. Number 3, Hard to Come Home. He's a first-time starter by Hardspun, trained by Cliff Seiss. He's got some good workouts at San Luis Rey Downs. The other horse I like is number 6, Shaken Fries, for trainer Tim Yachtine. He's got Drayden Van Dyke in the saddle. He's been gelded since his last race, a maiden $32,000 race in which he showed speed through the first half mile, tired a bit in the stretch,